what's good about Good Friday? Not if we know the story. We know it's not good. Or we know that it became a good thing for us as disciples of Jesus. But Good Friday was the day in which Jesus was crucified, executed on the cross. I remember years ago when Mel Gibson's movie, The Passion of the Christ, came out. And there was lots of controversy. Some churches said they absolutely would not go to it, and they forbade their people to go. And others, of course, went because they were feeling rebellious. Well, I said to my congregation, let's go look. Because I was pretty sure there wasn't going to be anything really new that I hadn't already heard about before. And sure enough, having gone to Holy Week services all my life pretty well, I knew the story. I knew the suffering of Jesus. I knew about the betrayal. I knew about Peter denying him. I knew that Jesus had been whipped and tortured. Only I had some pretty strong visual images after going to see that movie. The Passion of the Christ was really about Jesus' call to answer God's call to take up his cross and follow him. Each of us, as disciples of Jesus, is called to take up our cross and follow him. It won't mean that we willingly go into a place of suffering and death, although it could for some people. But it will mean that we go willingly, denying our own path and following him. Jesus on Good Friday went into a place that many of us fear. He knew he would die, but he also believed that God would raise him on the third day, and he spoke about it in advance. Nobody really understood what he was talking about, and they might have taken it as the ravings of a lunatic. But nevertheless, he went into a place of absolute darkness and despair, which many of us are worried about as well when we die. And because of his death, we don't have to worry. In fact, I remember when I became a Christian as a teenager, although I'd grown up in the church. But when I made a decision for Christ, one of the things I noticed about that was that I stopped being afraid of dying. I knew that Jesus would be with me in life and in death. And so Good Friday is a good Friday. And I invite you to enter into all that it can be so that you would understand that God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, so that all who would believe in him, all who would put their trust in him, would not have to be afraid anymore of eternal death, but would experience life in him.